Welcome back to Old Trafford. It's half-time between the legends of Manchester United and Real Madrid. It's been an interesting first half, some early shots, some volleys and some goals. This one separates the two sides. Morientes with the only goal of the game at the moment. This is the second leg, remember? First leg was won by Real 3-2. They're now 4-2 up. What did you make of the first 45 minutes, Viv?
Yeah, they start off quite brightly. Their goalkeeper didn't have a lot to do. Edwin was the most busiest of the goalkeepers. But the longer the game goes on, I think the more we'll creep into it.
Quite a slow tempo as well, but still, with the tempo in mind, some wonderful shots. And you mentioned there, it's been the Van der Sar show, isn't it? He's been awesome.
They've got a lot of young players, you remember, so and they work. I think they train twice a week, so it shows. But hopefully later on in the game, the game opens up and we can creep back into the game.
There are a few players that we've seen out there that look like they've never retired. Scholes one, Zidane being another.
I should hope so, yeah.
Well,
literally weeks
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But Zidane another one as well.
He glides over the park, doesn't he? He's got plenty of time, and he llooks very elegant in his movement. He's very, very good.
Just the way he lets the ball run in between his legs, and he steps over it, and he has that extra yard.
Remember, somebody who's 6'3", incredible skill he's got.
One goal separates the two sides. It came towards the end of the first half. It's a sweet strike as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a good little build-up play here, and it goes to him. One touch at his feet, and it's gone. Really good.
Goalkeeper had no chance whatsoever.
I sort of think Gary Pallister would score. Won't be scoring here against Blackburn.
Yeah, we've been joined by Gary Pallister.
He's got one of your big gangly legs in the rear, haven't you?
Probably.
Gary, it was a great shot. The only goal that separates the two sides. What did you make of United's first half performance?
Very poor. If I was Robbo in there, I'd be giving a couple of rollickins out right now. I thought the lads looked slow, lethargic, lack of ideas. If you want to score,
a bit like Polly, he's blind.
Gary, why aren't you out there? Why aren't you playing?
Have you seen his back?
Yeah, he's
I'll leave it to tell you. Bill will tell you the story. His back's a little bit cream cracked, so I'll give it a miss. Plus, it's too hot.
Pally does want to get out of his car, and they might run him out on a football field.
Some interesting set plays, some interesting balls coming in. Zidane, every time he gets the ball, everyone sort of sits up on the edge of their seat as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best players I ever played against. The lad's an absolute genius. He still moves so easily across the ground. I mean, that's typical of him. He likes scores. He arrives at the box late. He's very hard to pick up. He's still got that. It's very important we've got Van der Sar in goal today, let me tell you.
Hey, you know what? Van der Sar has been outstanding.
He has. He's been superb. I mean, we all felt as though he retired a little bit too early anyway, didn't we? But he's been great.
I said exactly what you said. He glides over the ground. He's fantastic. Unbelievable. For somebody who's 6 foot, he's not much.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's 6'2" or something like that, Zidane, and that's what really stood out on a football pitch. He made it look effortless when he was playing against him. The way he manipulated the ball and just glided across. He was an incredible player, absolute genius, and he's obviously still got a bit of that going about him today as well.
How old would he be now, though?
Zidane, I think he's in his 60s. No, he's younger than that. I'll tell you what, he could have been a lot more had, as we mentioned, Van der Sar not made some wonderful saves this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, he has been absolutely terrific today. I mean, he's an outstanding goalkeeper here. He's a favourite, and we did say he retired too early. We felt as though he could have played for another year or two, but his reactions are still good. He's quick off the mark there, still as brave as ever. So as I say, thank God I think he's the only player in there getting a pat on the back off Robbo right now.
It looks hot out there as well when the players are running about. They're putting the sprinkler on. I don't know if that helps the players or not. I'm sure the ball's going to run a lot quicker.
Underneath it, probably help a little bit. I think that might be. There'll be a few of them having a cold shower right now in there at half time. But yeah, it's typical un-Manchester weather, isn't it? I mean, who comes here and it's sunny? It never happens, does it? So
Van Nistelrooy played the first half for Real. He'll be coming out for United in the second half. He's looked good as well in the first half, in the first 45.
Yeah. I mean, he has been sharp, and he might make a difference to us in the second half. But I wouldn't like to be in there telling Coley or Yorkie who's coming off. I've got to say, that's a tough job for Robbo this afternoon.
I think one of them might play in the hole.
Both of them.
Take one of the midfield players off.
Let's not forget as well, it is the second leg of this game. We're 3-2 down from the first one, and now 4-2. Do you see any way back, Gary?
Judging by our first half performance, no. Listen, I mean, they've got to change it a little bit. Maybe, as you say, Van Nistelrooy coming on might give us a little bit more legs. He's not too long retired, I don't think, is he? So he might make a difference, but it's tough. I mean, it's hot out there. The legs aren't going to quicken up in the second half, that's for sure. So it's a tough ask.
We need to score early on as well to get back in the game if we can. So if you change it with Van Nistelrooy, if we get an early goal, then you never know what'll happen.
Yeah, our job here is to digress all the stuff that's gone on in the last 45 minutes. It's all Real Madrid. All we've got is Real Madrid highlights. When are United going to start pushing?
We've had a good coup corners and
Clayton's done quite well down that right hand flank. I think
Clayton Blackmore, he's worked really hard.
When he gets down there. Sharpie's looked good on the left as well.
Yeah. Well, you said that, I didn't. Did you say that? I didn't say that. No. I mean, obviously you were relying on Scholes. I saw him before the game. Went down the dressing room, had a quick chat to him. I said, Scholes, you've got to be our playmaker, you've got to be our defensive midfield player, you've got to be our engine room, you've got to be our leader. So there's no pressure there, son.
But in fairness, and they keep on shouting him to score. He's been in some areas where you think, go and hit it. You know, we've seen them scream in from time to time. So I think Bayern will be encouraging to have a shot anytime, anywhere near the goals.
They took the famous corner where I think he scored one against Bradford on the volley. He just stood in the air for a little bit too long.
I think they read it.
Who crossed him? Was that Clayton?
Clayton crossed it. But I think they read it as well, by the way.
He
stood there waiting for it, thinking,
it would have been interesting to see a drop to Scholes because you know what I mean. He's one of the best strikers of a ball I've ever seen in my life. He's unbelievable, and that's why they do that. Used to do that corner because he does strike a ball so perfectly well.
Yeah. Technically, he's very good.
Obviously, you can hear behind us all the noise going on. They've got the trophy out. The Premier League trophy is somewhere on the pitch as well. This is the penalty shout from the first half.
Never a penalty.
No, who's that? Is that Sharpie?
It was it's Ronnie, I think.
Salgado, I think that was.
It's Ronnie.
It was a little bit of a flick out there, wasn't it? Yeah.
He was well outside.
Outside. Yeah, we'll go with that. Benefit of the doubt.
Iceman doesn't make mistakes like that.
I was just going to say to you, the noise going on behind the Premier League trophies about number 20 for Manchester United. It just gets better and better for this club, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it was great to see him come back from what happened at the end of the season before, you know, losing it the way they did to Man City. I think it stung a lot of people, and especially the team and the gaffer and the lads, you know, obviously got together at the start of the season. You don't want to have a repeat of that, and he wanted the trophy back, and, you know, they did it emphatically this season, didn't they?
They did indeed. What's it like going out there on the pitch at Old Trafford holding that up? You still get, I'm guessing, the same sort of feelings that you did when you won it?
Yeah, I mean that night in '93 is one of the best atmospheres I could ever, you know, witness in my life. It was, you know, 26 years without winning the trophy. To bring that back to Old Trafford was an unbelievable occasion. There were so many different emotions in the stand that night, and for the fans and the players alike. It was, you know, I'll never replicate that kind of buzz.
I think it was also your wonderful whipped-in cross that led to that fantastic Steve Bruce goal, wasn't it?
Well, I don't like to talk to I get, you know what I mean? I get a bit embarrassed. Hang on. It was a bender put on it that whipped it off the lad's head at the near post.
Deflection.
He crosses it from the right hand side. And who was marking Boosie that day? Me.
Yeah.
For Sheffield Wednesday.
I just thought put it anywhere in the box and Vivers and gonna get it.
Yeah.
His time was done, by the way.
You were very off for that medal, in fairness.
What are we going to see in the second half then, lads?
Well, I think they'll change the system. I think obviously Van Nistelrooy will play for us this half, and I think we'll have a bit more movement up front.
I think you'll probably keep Yorkie and Coley on in some way, shape or form. I mean, them two, probably two of the fittest lads we've got out there. They both keep themselves in tremendous nick. They're never out the gym apparently these days. So I think them two will stay on because they can last the 90 minutes.
Yorkie looks bigger than I've ever seen him before. He's huge now.
Steroids,
allegedly. Let me just put out allegedly, because we're all getting in trouble otherwise. Do you expect a lot of these players to last the full 90?
No, I'm surprised Hennon lasted 3 minutes. You know, he injured himself in a warm-up. That was a bit of a shock that he took so long. I think he longer lasted than he did at Blackburn, though. So that was the good news for him.
He's very cutting, isn't he?
He is.
He's very cutting.
He's just in his suit not out there.
Exactly. I mean, that was a great bat. Going in the dressing room before the game was great. Having a crack with the lads and telling them, if you just look up at the box number 6, I'll be the one stood there drinking a pint, enjoying myself. When you're sweating and just about to fall up, you know what I mean? That's just look up there and I'll be cheering for you.
What would Captain Marvel said at half-time to the boys then? Because this is serious stuff.
Yeah, listen, I actually listened to his team talk in there, you know what I mean? And, you know, they want to win the game. You know what I mean? I'm sure they did out in the Bernabeu. They put up a good fight out there, and, you know, they're only one goal behind. They've been second best in the first half. They'll, you know, they want to give a better show second half. As I say, Rob would have had a chat with them and try to inspire them and get them there, give a little bit more in the second half.
And do you fancy a big change with regards to the tempo? Will the tempo get slower in the second half?
Once the game gets stretched after an hour, I think you can see some gaps appear. But you've got Jesper Bonkus, who's still quite fit to come on. You know, obviously Ruud's going to come on our side this second half. So yeah, he might make a few changes. You never know. And
I'm guessing we'll be calling on the crowd as well as the extra man to lift the players as well.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's been we need more of that Mexican wave, I think, to go around and inspire the boys. But yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic crowd here today. I think there's 65,000 here today watching this game, and that's fantastic. And it will hopefully inspire the boys.
This is the only club in the country in the world would get a crowd like this, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
see fat old men run around.
Well, the second half is just about to begin. Let's rejoin our boys in the box. Paddy Creran, and first up, John Champion.
Well, here come Manchester United. They don't have too much room in terms of substitutions, with only 6 subs in their squad, one of which they've used already. So the expectation is that they'll start the second half with pretty much the same 11 that finished the first. Dennis Irwin, who's been doing his best to get forward from left back, but it's been a struggle for him up against Luis Figo. As far as Real Madrid are concerned, Steve McManaman, Ruben de la Red, the reserve goalkeeper Carlos Sanchez have all spent most of half-time doing a bit of warming up. Ruud van Nistelrooy now wearing the red of Manchester United. He was Real Madrid's number 17 in the first half. He'll be Manchester United's number 20 in the second. But apart from Ruud van Nistelrooy, that is the same side that finished the first period. So Clayton Blackmore is the player who has made way to allow Ruud van Nistelrooy 150 goals in 5 seasons with Manchester United to come on. Let's hear from Brian Robson down in the tunnel.
Brian, 1-0 is the scoreline. How did you see that first half?
Well, you could see that quite a few of the Real Madrid lads have only just finished playing. We were just looking at their age, 37, 39, round about that. So we knew they were going to have the legs. But I thought the lads kept the shape well. We defended quite well. But second half, now that we've got Ruud up there, we're looking more to play a little bit narrower and try and get the lads to just support attackers that little bit better than what we did in the first half.
Edwin van der Sar had quite a first half as well, didn't he?
I tell you, he should still be playing. He's a terrific goalkeeper and he's made some outstanding saves there.
Good luck.
Well, Steve McManaman is another new arrival. The former Liverpool player. So just confirmation over the PA system that Clayton Blackmore has been replaced by Ruud van Nistelrooy. And Francisco Pavon is the player to go off. The other slight twist here is that number 8 for Real Madrid out there is Claude Makelele. He wore 24 in the first half, so they've done that, Paddy, just to try and confuse us.
Yeah, it certainly confused me anyway.
Worked. It's not worked. It's still Makelele, the battery in my watch, as Claudio Ranieri described him during his time at Chelsea.
Yeah, he was a terrific player for Chelsea, wasn't he, and for Real Madrid.
And what all that means with McManaman coming on is that Hierro has moved back to centre half alongside Elguera for Real Madrid. Van Nistelrooy. And Ruben de la Red is the player that's replaced Ruud van Nistelrooy in the Real Madrid side. Wearing number 21. And wearing a headband. There's Lee Martin. Van Nistelrooy. just too long for York, but it comes for Lee Sharp. And Scholes. And York goes over.
Penalty?
Apparently not.
Yeah, he might have given one, but I think we're not giving the penalty in the first half. He's certainly not going to give United one.
Have another look at it, Paddy.
Yeah, we just got a little flick on him here. Oh, he did. He just caught him, but nothing in it. That's just evened it up then.
Figo. Here's McManaman leaving it for Ruben de la Red. And it was Ronnie Johnson that threw himself in the path of it and has been winded in the process.
What a terrific dummy that was, wasn't it? Sold everybody.
And only now is poor old Ronnie Johnson picking himself up.
Certainly winded, or is he? Has he been hit where it hurts most?
Winded and wounded.
Yeah, here we go. Great dummy that, isn't it? Oh, dear me. Dear me, I've felt that. Oh, dear me.
Replays can be a bit graphic sometimes.
Well, I'm feeling it, and I'm not even down anywhere close to it.
Well, this is Ruben de la Red on the ball. He's only 27. He had to retire at the age of 25 because of a heart condition.
That's a shame, that, isn't it? 25.
He collapsed during a game, which first alerted doctors to a potential problem.
Oh, great ball. Great
Here's
ball.
Salgado. Figo. McManaman. De la Red.
He's trying to pass that into the net, but not enough power in it.
Difference between these sides today, at least. Fernando Moriente's goal late in the first half. Here's Cole.
Oh, he's overhit it. I think he's trying to play that back to Wood, but he's not caught it properly.
Did ever so well to slip past the arrow, but this is York.
Attention, please, to the message from Debbie McCormack from Austin. Debbie McCormack from Austin, please go to your nearest steward. Thank you.
Scholes.
Oh.
And York.
Well done, goalkeeper. Yeah, he does well, the goalkeeper here. It's a cute little ball as well from Scholes, isn't it? Yeah, well done, goalkeeper. Problems United, problems United.
And time for Morientes. He's back to his Liverpool form.
I don't know how he missed that. How did he miss that? I think that's surely got to go in the net. Oh dear me. That should have been number 2. I love the little dummy as well, but makes a mess of it. Did Ronnie Johnson put him off? We'll make the substitution. We've got a substitute ready to come on. Is somebody injured?
Ben Thornley is going to come on. There's no word yet as to who's coming on. Cole is offside. Lee Sharp is coming off, Paddy, we're here.
Old Trafford substitution for Manchester United. Let's hear it for number 11, Lee Sharp.
Marginal, but up went the flag.
Yeah, not a lot in it. Sometimes in games like this, they let it go, don't they?
So the end of the afternoon's entertainment for Lee Sharp. As usual, with a smile on his face. And there's Ben Thornley, who was 5 years a Manchester United fringe player.
He got a bad injury, actually, John. He looked as if he was going to be a star at one time.
His brother Rod will be busy today, Paddy, won't he, with the England team in Rio?
I'm looking forward to that, actually. Looking forward to that. Go back home and watch it later.
It's assuming they've managed to finish the stadium in time.
I don't think we'll be here at 8 o'clock, surely.
Zidane. It was 29 years ago this week that John Barnes scored that famous goal in the old rotting version of the Maracanã.
I watched that game. What a goal it was as well. Fantastic. What a goal.
And Brian Robson was part of that England team. We may well get a cameo from the Manchester United Legends player manager a little later. De La Red.
The ball's only going one way at the moment, isn't it?
Zidane. Michel Salgado. 5 waiting.
Oh, it's an important touch from Yapstam.
Here's Scholes.
Go on, Rudy, will put you in.
Cole slipped over. This is Thornley. Now York. Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, he never got enough on it. He never got enough on it. He's hit it into the ground. Yeah, the ground takes all the strength out of it.
As a result of Real Madrid's changes of personnel, Claude Makelele playing a little deeper in the second half. Slightly confusing in the first because...
No, maybe that's because he's getting a bit older.
It could be. I'll tell you what confused me, that was the fact that a player that defined a role, the Makelele role...
Fantastic player he was in that role, wasn't he?
But he wasn't really playing that role in the first half. Now he's just dropped that a little bit deeper again. And he's changed his shirt number confusingly as well, now wearing number 8.
Yeah, because I was asking you who was the number 8.
Here's Amaviska.
Come on, United, you have to score a goal, you'll bring the crowd to life.
Van Nistelrooy, there's a man who knows the route to goal. 150 of them for Manchester United.
He's going to get it again, we're going to get it again.
York. Hierro. And then Makelele doing the mopping up. Ruud van Nistelrooy, 347 club goals in 589 games.
Incredible record that, isn't it?
Zidane.
Oh, a terrific ball. He's not
Figo. Denied by Van der Sar.
To be fair to Figo there, I don't think he intended going for the ball. If he would have, he might have clattered Van der Sar. He's just on. Yeah, he sees the goalie comes and decides, I'm not going to go for it. But he took a bang for his pains.
Here's Cole onside.
He needs support. You need to get somebody up quickly, and you'll have to do it all on your own. He's not going to score from that angle.
McManaman picking out Salgado. Steve McManaman, one of the most successful English footballing exports of the last 20 years.
Terrific player he was, Steve McManaman.
He's got a great goal in a Champions League final. Back in 2000 in Paris against Valencia. Ben Thornley. Paul Scholes. Thornley and Scholes coming through the ranks together at Manchester United.
Cheeky little back heel.
Yapstam now. Scholes again. Thornley. Scholes. Now De La Red. And here comes Stam. Zidane. Figo. There's a nice fluidity to Real Madrid's play. And Figo within reach of a giant like Van der Sar.
Yep. Try to pass that ball into the net as well, just to bend it round Van der Sar, but he's such a big fella. It's a little bender. A bit smaller, he might not have got that.
Lee Martin.
Oh.
Appeals for hands.
If it had been anybody else but Steve McManaman, I don't think the crowd would have bothered.
Van Nistelrooy.
Can you bend one in, Ruud? No.
Zidane.
Oh, he's onside.
And Van der Sar coming out, and I think Figo decided that discretion was the better part of valour.
Sensible, sensible.
Wants to go home in one piece. Part of a Real Madrid squad who arrived via budget airlines at Liverpool Airport last night. Travelling in the style to which they became accustomed during their regular playing careers.
Oh, well, it's for charity anyway. I'd imagine that would be part of the reason.
Did stay in the nicest hotel in central Manchester last night.
Are they?
They did.
They got out the town, were they?
Not for me to say, Paddy. I'm sure you had your spies out.
I was just querying whether you were out the town or not.
No, not the night before a big match.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Here's York. Paul Scholes. That's neat and it's nice. And it's Andy Cole. Getting little change out of Michel Salgado, bar a corner.
Corner kick. Good build-up by United, but didn't get the shot. Andy looking to have a shot here, but the space wasn't there.
Dennis Irwin's going to take this. The head of Amaviska. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
They're looking for a foul on the goalkeeper. I think there might be a foul on the goalkeeper here by Andy. A little push. He usually puts those away, Ruud. Yeah, the wrong end.
Well, let's get a word from an as yet unused Manchester United substitute, Jesper Blomqvist, with Ian Irving.
Jesper, they seem to be getting closer to that equaliser, but it's not come just yet.
No, not yet, but I think we started the second half a little bit better, so hopefully we can get something, get a goal in the second half now.
It's quite a front line that they've got, isn't it?
Yeah, they have a great team, but I think we have a great. Now we're Ruud as well in the attack, so that looks a bit stronger now.
Do you expect Van Nistelrooy to make the difference then second half?
Yeah, hopefully he can score a goal for us, definitely.
And you, when you come on?
No, I can provide him an assist.
We'll see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
MUTV's former resident cookery expert, Jesper Blomqvist, the Delia Smith of MUTV.
Was it? Didn't know that.
Figo. Amaviska. And that was Irwin that touched it away. And the pattern hasn't particularly changed since the first half, where Real Madrid had the majority of the threatening play anyway.
Well, it would need a goal from United to bring everything back to life.
Ruben de la Red. Ronnie Johnson. Makalele.
I think they're just having a breather, the two of them are lying down there.
There's changes afoot for Real Madrid primarily. Ruud van Nistelrooy. It's going to be a change of goalkeeper and possibly an outfield player as well in just a moment.
That's cute play there by Hierro.
McManaman. Makalele, who is one of the players that's about to make way. Amaviska now.
Oh, he's going to go all the way, is he? No. I thought he was going to go and have a shot there.
Well, here's an opportunity for the changes to be made. David Coote, the fourth official, overseeing them. One of them a change in goal, where Pedro Contreras comes off to be replaced by Carlos Sanchez, who only ever made one first-team appearance for Real Madrid. And Fernando Sanz, whose career at Real Madrid, although brief, may have been helped by the fact his father was the club president at the time. He comes on for Claude Makelele. So that's 4 changes by Real Madrid and 3 by Manchester United. One of those changes featured this man, Ruud van Nistelrooy. And that's as close as Manchester United have come.
Yeah, it's a great effort by Ruud. He knows he's got to take the defender on. I'll tell you, this squeezes past, well, it goes by the goalkeeper. He's just come on as well, the goalie. Oh, dear me. That's not far away. Wrong side of the post.
He only retired last summer, having finished his career at Malaga, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Irwin. Beautiful afternoon in Manchester now.
Oh, tried the nutmeg twice. It came off the first time, but not the second time.
Here's Hierro. Morientes, scorer of the only goal of the game so far. Reminder that this trophy, the Manchester United Legends Cup, is to be decided on aggregate score, taking into account last year's first leg at the Bernabeu, which Real Madrid won 3-2. Zidane. Salgado. Amavisca. Luis Figo. De la Red. A bit of time for Michel Salgado. Flicked away by the head of Lee Martin.
He's got a bang in the face, the Madrid player.
Yes, Real Madrid have a casualty.
He got knocked in the face, and that's the reason the game stopped. Just looking to see if there's any blood there. I don't think there is.
There is a sore head, at the very least. Well, Rafael Martin Vázquez is the manager. He's also a playing member of the squad. He did play in this fixture last year as a substitute and reserves the right to come on. Luis Figo really felt that. Plenty of managerial experience in the form of Brian Robson. 7 years in charge of Middlesbrough. 17 years in management altogether, latterly with Thailand. But there's the granddaddy of them all. Martin, York. Fortune. Here's Johnson. Irwin. Thornley. Late call-up to the Manchester United squad, Ben Thornley. Irwin.
Oh, he just kicked it, Dennis. He's on his own a bit, Figo.
There's another Real Madrid substitution in the offing. Looks like Francisco Pavón is likely to reappear, having started the game. The two sides agreed before kick-off to use rolling substitutions if required. McManaman. Figo. And nodded back nonchalantly by Dwight York. So three-quarter distance in the game, Paddy. Do you see signs of Manchester United being capable of getting back into this?
Well, they're finding it difficult at the moment, but
maybe now. Ruud van Nistelrooy beyond the arrow and scoring in typical style at the Stretford end.
I should keep my mouth shut, John, shouldn't I? That is a fantastic strike by Ruud. I mean, you're thinking the angle might be a little bit too much for him, but it isn't. The tremendous power behind it. Yeah, just gets his run right as well. But the power from there, that's what beats the goalkeeper. Well, that'll bring the crowd back to life. Great strike by Ruud. Crowd enjoyed that.
Just like he'd never been away.
Yeah, terrific goal. Salgado, the one that's gone off for them, John, the number 2.
Yes, and Pavón has come on. And Van der Sar called into
That's
action
another
now.
terrific save. But unfortunate for United, I think they're going to change their goalkeeper in a second. He's been terrific, Van der Sar.
Scholes.
Oh, you're going to get clobbered, Paul.
Looking for Cole. And the goalkeeper just got to it within bounds.
Paul looked for a free kick. Maybe, if this had been a real game, he'd have gone for that, Andy. I think he'd been kind to the goalkeeper at the end there, because he might have hurt him if he'd have made the challenge.
McManaman. Zidane. There's confirmation of that last change, the 5th by Real Madrid, seeing the reappearance of Francisco Pavón. And how about this for an ovation for Edwin van der Sar as he comes off.
Well, he's not lost anything, him, has he? He could come back and play in the Premier League next year, the way he's performed out there today.
The manager who so enjoyed having him as an eventual successor to Peter Schmeichel, and the long-time understudy on in his place, 8 years Van der Sar's senior, 50-year-old Raymond van der Houw. He's now the goalkeeping coach at Vitesse. Thornley. Van Nistelrooy. Here's Martin. York.
Oh, he's in one.
Van Nistelrooy again. And Cole! Good save by Carlos Sanchez. Took off to his left.
Terrific save. You've got to say the fitness standards of Ruud van Nistelrooy, tremendous. Well done, goalkeeper. He's not lost any of his sharpness. Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, terrific save by the goalkeeper.
York. Jonsson. Well, it's game on again. Manchester United back within one. If the scores are level on aggregate after 90 minutes, there's no extra time. It's straight to a penalty shootout. And of course, with rolling substitutions, Van der Sar could come back on. Well, Zidane felt that he was mugged there.
Might have been.
Cole. Scholes.
He's crowded out, Paul. Crowd desperate for him to have a shot. One of his trademark specials before the end, hopefully.
Figo. De La Red.
That was one of his trademark tackles, Paul. Wasn't it awful?
Awful. Trademark result, a free kick against.
For once, he's not getting his name taken.
Kevin Friend will be disappointed. He was telling us before that his all-time record for the fewest free kicks in a game is 4, and that was in the League Cup final between Bradford and Swansea. And he's given more than that in this friendly.
Yeah, and he's been kind as well half the time.
Zidane is lining one up, and it came off the heel of Ronnie Jonsson.
Yeah, they can go anywhere when they hit somebody. This goes the right side of the post for United, the wrong side for him.
Well, when the respective first teams met just 3 months ago, Manchester United led on the night but lost in the Champions League amidst much controversy. Here it was Real Madrid who scored first through Morientes in the 40th minute. Ruud van Nistelrooy, who's in the mood, levelled after 68. One back heel, not enough.
Oh dear me. A little bit younger, Andy, you'd have been after that.
Zidane.
That's a great ball.
Wonderful vision to pick out Luis Figo.
Well done, Ronnie Jonsson.
Now it's Ben Thornley. There's rather more cut and thrust to this game now. It's Cole.
Don't foul him, Andy.
Just picked his pocket instead. Paul Scholes. Thornley. Cole. Van Nistelrooy. Jonsson. Quinton Fortune. Now Lee Martin, cup winner back in 1990. Fortune, back to Jonsson. Here's Thornley. And Nistelrooy with a touch that was just a bit too deft. Zidane. Quarter of an hour to play here at Old Trafford. Crowd in excess of 60,000. Hierro. That hit Martin rather than him dealing with it, and it's a corner.
Came off the ground very quickly for him. He's a wry smile.
Steve McManaman getting the boos. It's rough on someone who lives pretty close to the ground here in Hale.
Yeah, he won't bother him.
Manchester resident, Greater Manchester at least. Here's Amaviska now. Playful boos, really. Zidane. Morientes. There's De La Red's shot.
Yeah, good block.
Now Jose Emilio Amavisca, who is really a winger, even though he's started at left back today.
It's got to be a free kick, surely.
I think Jaap Stam fixed the referee with a stare, and Mr. Friend didn't dare give it. Jaap Stam is struggling actually after that challenge. He's limping pretty heavily.
I think it'd be the other way around, wouldn't you?
You would. Well, Real Madrid are going to send their own manager on in a minute. Rafael Martin Vázquez.
Oh, just a touch too heavy.
This was the crunch collision.
Well, that certainly would have given a free kick, but the referee didn't.
Vázquez, no slouch himself, 38 caps for Spain, 6 La Liga titles with Real Madrid, and warm applause for the man he's replacing, Luis Figo.
Great respect for his ability, Luis Figo.
Let's hear it for Luis Figo, Old Trafford.
Well, sundry substitutions now. One of the players replaced, Lee Sharp, and we can hear words of wisdom from him now with Ian.
Lee, so since the equaliser, things have looked up for United, haven't they?
Yeah, it's looking good. It's difficult because obviously they're a bit of a younger team than us, and they've got a few more players to pick from. But no, it's looking good. So I think 1-1 at the moment is a fair result.
And if they get another one, it'll go to penalties if United get a second. So would you fancy coming down and taking one of those?
I would do if my body could hold up, but my hamstring's got at the moment, so I don't think I'll be taking anything.
How's it gone then, second half for you?
Well, I was sort of doctoring my calves. My calves have been tightening up lately, so I was doctoring them at half time, and everything seemed to be okay, and then came out and sort of chased Salgado back when he tried an overlap, and the hamstring went. So it's just a case of being unfit and overaging it. That's what happens.
Rest up.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So Lee Sharp's hamstring, Henningberg's Achilles. Before the game had even started, Teddy Sheringham pulled out lame. Dion Dublin, broken collarbone. It's a good job that there isn't another Legends game planned in the near future for Manchester United. They might struggle to raise a team. The side that they have got out at the moment, still managing to be competitive and still in with a chance of possibly taking this game to a penalty shootout. Thornley. Scholes. There's York, and now Lee Martin. Manchester United with 3 in the box.
Oh dear me, the goalie's made a mess of that, hasn't he? But fortunately for Madrid, no United player close. Yeah, when the ball comes in, there's no United player there.
Thornley. Yeah. Into the last 10 minutes and into the last 10 minutes of the life of this pitch, which has lasted 10 years at Old Trafford. And tomorrow morning the diggers will move in, ready for it to be replaced.
Oh, hands all
ball by Scholes.
Pretty blatant, that one.
So was the penalty that wasn't given in the first half.
Yes, that's true.
Zidane. Scholes again, inventively looking for Cole, and there's York. It's actually going wide.
Nice little bit of football, but unfortunately it doesn't produce the goal that's needed.
Morientes. Zidane. McManaman. Rafael Martin Vasquez. Ruben de la Red. Incidentally, the two Manchester United players who have yet to appear from the bench are Jesper Blomqvist and the player-manager Brian Robson. Van Nistelrooy has made a difference to Manchester United since swapping sides at half-time.
Certainly has.
Martin. Scholes. Van Nistelrooy. Martin.
Always take the chance of goal.
And there is York! Oh! Jonsson, ball still alive. And eventually conjured away by Hierro, and the break could be on at the other end. Ruben de la Red. Well timed by Quinton Fortune. But Manchester United fractions away from levelling this Manchester United Legends Cup on aggregate. Scholes. Still conditioned to be a winner. Just 2 weeks out of the professional game. It's Thornley. It's Dwight York.
Too tight there, quite.
Morientes. And here's Ruben de la Red. It's a delightful finish.
Yeah, terrific goal.
And it probably polishes Manchester United off.
Yeah, I would think so. Terrific goal. Not a great deal the goalie can do about this. Just the cleverness of it. Well done. Yeah, a clever little ball from Morientes, but that's even better. Yeah, for a few minutes there we were thinking United were the ones that were going to score the next goal, but no, R.Madrid.
Finished with a sandwich.
Yeah.
And at the other end, Dwight York and co were inches away from making it 4 apiece on aggregate. All in the space of a minute.
Yeah, well, it's the one at Sands that comes down off the crossbar and hits, actually. I don't think he knows too much about it. Hits the defender. Oh. Yeah, unfortunate that, but that's football.
Well, Real Madrid with a 2-goal lead now overall. That should be enough to see them through.
Yeah, there's so little time left.
Scholes. The same scoreline in this Legends game as the two first teams produced.
Oh, it just didn't get the break there. It could have easily broke to Dwight York. Unfortunate, Quinton. Jesper Blomqvist was going to make an appearance now.
Substitution for Manchester United. Replacement of 12, Ben Thornley. Let's do a nice big old Trafford welcome on the return of number 15, Jesper Blomqvist.
Well, Ben Thornley's had just over half an hour. Jesper Blomqvist will get 3.5 minutes. Another player from the '99 Champions League final.
Oh.
Cole. Goalkeeper came with his feet, Carlos Sanchez. Ruben de la Red.
Trouble for United.
So much space for Fernando Sanz. As well as being the son of the former president, Lorenzo Sanz is also Michel Salgado's brother-in-law. But that won't stop him being offside.
I'm not so sure he was, actually.
Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, he just didn't get enough on it, did he, Johnny? Stuck his foot up, but didn't get enough on it.
Goals. Van Nistelrooy, Jesper Blomqvist, and Van Nistelrooy again.
Oh, he couldn't keep it down. You give him a corner, linesman. Oh, he's given the dead ball. Yeah, you get plenty of power on it, but it's rising all the time.
Well, regardless of the result on the pitch, the result off it will be hugely beneficial to the Manchester United Foundation and its ongoing efforts to raise funds to help young people in disadvantaged areas of Greater Manchester. Further enhances the warm relationship between Manchester United and Real Madrid, which dates back more than half a century. Irwin. Blomqvist.
We're just laughing there. Very difficult with a lot older to take people on.
Fortune.
Somebody got ahead to this.
Blomqvist.
Wrong one.
Roars for handball. It's crept up suspiciously close to Hierro's arm. Real Madrid have got two men over on this side. Here's McManaman. De la Red.
Oh, great effort.
Still.
Just past the post. I think that might be the final kick.
Kevin Friend poised. Looks at one watch. Glances at a second.
Will he wait to see what comes of this attack?
It's looking that way. Probably the last attack of the match. Van Nistelrooy.
Oh, what a chance.
Scholes was there as well. Neither of them could capitalise. And there is the final whistle, which confirms Real Madrid as the winners by 2 goals to 1 on the day and by 5 goals to 3 on aggregate. Fernando Morientes with the first half goal for Real Madrid. Ruud van Nistelrooy, having played the first half for the Spanish team, swapped sides and scored the equaliser with 22 minutes to play. And then Ruben de la Red polished off Manchester United off the bench. A lovely, delightful chipped finish. And that came 5 minutes from time. 3-2 to Real Madrid last year, 2-1 to them here at Old Trafford. 12 months on. Defeat for Brian Robson and company. There will be a trophy presentation And a chance for the crowd to give one last round of applause and to acclaim some world-class names who have performed for their entertainment in the sunshine at Old Trafford today. Ruben de la Red, scorer of the final goal, and good to see him back in action after his retirement ridiculously early because of a heart condition. The former manager, as we now have to call him, stayed until the very end and will be part of the gathering for the trophy presentation. Zinedine Zidane, who looks like he could still play at a pretty high level, still glides across the turf. And Luis Figo was another who took the eye with an ageless performance. Paul Scholes, a target for one or two of the Real Madrid players to have their picture taken. And that in itself is a compliment to the man who hails from Salford. One or two spectators trying to beat the rush. Edwin van der Sar, another man who was excellent in the first half, replaced later on by Raymond van der Houw. But he made 3 top-class saves and kept Real Madrid out for far longer than might otherwise have been the case. We have the same scoreline as the 2 first teams produced 3 months ago in the last 16 of the Champions League. Nowhere near the same amount of controversy, but the outcome is the same. Disappointing for Manchester United, but that wasn't really the main point of the day. The whole point was to raise funds for the Manchester United Foundation. David Gill, the chief executive, the outgoing chief executive of Manchester United, is down on the pitch at the moment, just awaiting some direction. He is planning to address the crowd. He's going to do so without a script.
Good footballer, John.
In vogue, yes.
Good footballer, David,
yes.
Yeah.
And his son, too,
yeah,
was on the books.
Yeah, good player, David.
David Gill just composing himself, and the players waiting for a little bit of direction. That's what it's all been about. It is the inaugural Manchester United Legends Cup, which we're led to believe will be contested again in future years, not next year, which is set aside for Soccer Aid, but in 2015 the Legends Cup is likely to return to the summer itinerary here at Old Trafford. Manchester United, players applauding spectators, and spectators in turn clapping players, many of whom they haven't seen for a good number of years now. They defied their years, though, to produce an entertaining football match. Down on the pitch now, we can hear from the outgoing chief executive of Manchester United, who will soon present the trophy, and that is David Gill.
Thank you, Alan. A magnificent occasion here today, and I'd like to just say a few thank yous. Firstly to you all, thank you very much indeed in turning up in your thousands. A wonderful gate of roughly 60,000 today. We really appreciate it because you've made it so special, and through your efforts we will raise well over £800,000 for the Manchester United Foundation, which will be put to very good use in the Manchester area. I'd also like to say some thanks to everyone involved. This event has been in the planning for about a year. Lots of people, both at the foundation and within Manchester United, have worked extremely hard to put on this wonderful festival today, and I'd like to thank them for all their efforts. Thank you very much indeed. Also to the artists, to JLS, Tinchy and Amelia, thank you very much indeed for making this a real family day out, and your performance before was fantastic. Finally, also thank you to our great friends from Real Madrid. Unfortunately, that's twice they've beaten us here 2-1 this season, but there you go, you can't have everything. But we thank them, Emilio and all the team, thank you very much indeed for being with us. And also a great thanks to Captain Marvel, to Brian Robson, who's put a lot of effort in, as you can see. The team, what shape they were in, absolutely unbelievable. So thank you very much indeed to Brian and all the Manchester United players, the Real Madrid players who put on this today. So on behalf of everyone, thank you very much indeed. Thanks, Alan.
Old Trafford, let's hear it once again for David Gill. Thank you, David.
received.
It's been a fantastic afternoon.
By the Old Trafford faithful. In fact, to call them the faithful is slightly misleading, because happily this is an event that provides access to this famous ground for spectators who may not be able to get their hands on tickets for regular games in the Premier League and the Champions League. First up for the presentation are the officials led by Kevin Friend. Paddy Crowand alongside me. What are your overriding feelings about today's game, today's occasion?
I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it because there's lots of great players out there that are, even at my age, you've still got heroes that are footballers. When you look at some of the R.Madrid players and the Manchester United players, some of the best players that have played football. So it's great to see them, and I think the crowd have been fantastic. The whole thing's been terrific. It's just a pity it's not a yearly thing, but there again.
Well, it may become that in future years. There seems to be a desire and an appetite for Legends football.
Yes, there is. I mean, particularly at this stadium anyway, and I'm sure when you looked at the crowd they got in Madrid, it was 80,000, I think, over in Madrid. I mean, two great footballing clubs as well, with great history. I mean, you go back to my younger days when I was a kid, Real Madrid were the team. Yeah, the manager again and his brother-in-law.
Well, Manchester United have gone through. Handshake from David Gill to the victorious Real Madrid team. Special embrace for Luis Figo. Madrid-like weather in Manchester.
Yeah, they'll be surprised, won't they?
And for the second time this season, Real Madrid victorious at Old Trafford. At the end of the line, two of the senior citizens, Emilio Butragueño and Fernando Hierro. David Gill, Chief Executive of Manchester United, presents the trophy. And Real Madrid's legends live on, still winning silverware after all these years. A hard habit to break. And they have the stage to themselves to celebrate winners of the first ever Manchester United Legends Cup are Real Madrid. Butragueño, Hierro, Figo, Zidane and all. What a lineup of talent we've seen.
Great names, aren't they, in football? Fantastic. But they're a great club, Real Madrid, and have been for a long, long time.
And these players can still play.
You never lose your ability, it's just your fitness goes more than anything. Old age catches up with you.
Well, they were the younger side. Average age was 39 compared to Manchester United 41 and a half. Manchester United's players making their way off towards the corner and the tunnel. Some very recently retired, others have been in mothballs for a few years now. But all, I think it's fair to say, have enjoyed it, have relished the opportunity for the competitive juices to flow again. But the silverware, the trophy, will be going back by budget airline to Madrid later this evening. Memories rekindled by some stellar names. A hugely successful occasion. But the team that enjoys the acclaim of victory and the trophy, Real Madrid.
Yeah, a wonderful game of football, and I think it's fair to say Real Madrid deserved that. A much better performance in the first half. The second one, I think, was 50-50, Viv.
I thought second half we had a good go. We got back in with Wood's goal, and then one hit the crossbar went bobbed down. I thought that might have gone in. Might have gone in 2-1 up then, but overall I thought they were the better team.
I think it's fair to say that every single person inside Old Trafford this afternoon has thoroughly enjoyed the entertainment here. It has been a wonderful day, hasn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, you had the support bands early on today, and the kids enjoyed it. And then we came to this football match, and there was a lot of good players on show here today. And as I said, second half I thought we were a lot better when Wout van Nistelrooy came on our side, and there was a lot more movement. And he scored a really good goal. And then, as I say, we were unfortunate the one that hit the crossbar that could have got in. Might have been a different result. But all in all, I thought they were the better team.
Van der Sarr for your money, man of the match, certainly for the first half. United in it.
I thought Quinton Fortune played very, very well second half, and he happens to be behind me.
Right behind you?
No, because he's right behind me. Just saying. I thought you did very well second half. So
Quinton, you grab that mic, and then we can hear from you. There you go.
No, we lost.
We lost. We know you don't like losing. I know that, but we had a good go second half. I thought.
Yeah, we tried. I mean, as soon as we got Rude on our side as well.
Yeah, that does help.
I thought that Rude gave a couple of dodgy. He could have scored fast, maybe. So.
Are you blaming the ref for the defeat here?
Blaming the ref. Rude.
The weather.
You're blaming
the weather. It's not normal Manchester weather. We're trying to get rain. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, you watch Zidane, Scholesy. Yeah. It's not every day you get these great players on the pitch, and for me it's a great honour just to be with these legends, like proper legends.
I was going to say, for you, for players like you and other players that have come back to Manchester United, what has today been like from start to finish, from the team bus to now?
No, I actually get to appreciate it more now, because when I was playing, you're so focused on what you need to do, your job, that you forget about seeing the family, waving to the family, seeing the fans, appreciating the moment and taking it all in. But today you take it all in, you see the family. I normally don't wave to my family, but you get to do all that stuff, and you watch Zizou, and sometimes you have to forget you're playing against him.
Hey, 3 weeks ago you would never said he'd play, because he came off with a calf strain, thinking he's never going to play. He's never going to play.
Painkillers.
Listen, we'll let you get back and have a shower. Thank you. Congratulations as well. Well done.
Well done, mate.
We can hear from another Manchester United footballer now, Edwin van der Sar, talking to Ian Irving.
Edwin, how was that?
Yeah, no, it was great. Of course, the scoreline not, but the feeling of coming out of the tunnel again, and the reception of the crowd, and 60 plus turning up, and playing with friends and players where you looked up to. So that's great.
Quite a performance from you. A lot of us on the sidelines were thinking why you ever gave up football playing like that, to be fair.
Yeah, I start to think also myself now. If I put in a good pre-season, who knows where I'm can be going. But no, it was good. It's nice that my fellow countryman Ruud, in the first half I could keep him out, and quite happy for him that he got his goal in the end, in Stratford End for United.
Great to be back as well, I guess.
Yeah, of course. It's always it feels like my second home, and it's always nice to be back. A lot of people where you worked with, and even the guys in the stadium or the ground staff, the physios and people upstairs, the director. So it's always good.
Thanks, Edwin.
All right. Yeah.
David Gill has joined us, Chief Exec, not for much longer, we'll get to that in a minute. Firstly, a wonderful day of football, and just under £1 million as well raised.
No, it's fantastic. To come out, there's been a lot of planning gone into it, a lot of effort from the foundation staff, all the staff at Manchester United, the weather held up, and great festival, and we really appreciate everyone's efforts.
Sadly, not the right result, but it doesn't really matter, does it?
Not really, no. Pity at the end that one went in. So 2-2-1 defeats to Real Madrid at Old Trafford this year. We probably prefer not to have that, but no, it was a great occasion, and I think, as I say, it raises a lot of money, very worthwhile money. We were delighted to go to the Bernabeu last year, bring them back here, and hopefully, we can run this event every couple of years and really get it sort of going.
And it must be nice for you to see some old faces back here as well.
That's very good, yeah. It's really up there. It's great players, and I think they love coming back. Speaking to Ruud, hadn't been back, played on this pitch since he left, did fantastically well. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And just a quick word about yourself. Is it your last month here now or next month?
No, this is what's it, June now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm getting into retirement mode already. So in answer to the question, this is my last month, 30th of June, and it's been a fantastic experience. And so my last event as Old Trafford has been a very successful one. And as I say, I thank everyone who's involved in putting it on.
It must be quite an emotional day for you.
No, not really. Yeah, it's good.
Does he look emotional to you?
I look happy. I look happy. If you raise that amount of money, which the foundation, which does great work and put to good causes, we should all applaud everyone involved. So it's fantastic.
Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Cheers,
thank you.
We can hear from Dennis Irwin now, who's in the tunnel having a chat.
So Dennis, disappointed or just relieved to get through the 90 minutes?
bit of both. A quality side there. I think they showed it in the first half. Very much under the cosh. Edwin played fantastically well, made some great saves in that. But the game opened up second half. Ruud coming our side made a big difference. And I hope everybody enjoyed it, because it was tough out in that field. I know that 90 minutes at my age, but it was great to see a big support like that. And there's not many chances we get to play at Old Trafford now in front of that kind of crowd. So I think everybody will enjoy the experience.
When you did get back to 1-0, do you think you had enough to go on and maybe get the win?
Well, we were hanging in there. We were defending better, I suppose. We seemed to have more of the ball. As I said, the game opened up a little bit, and just the quality that they had. I mean, when you bring players, Zidane and Figo and Makelele, Morientes, Hero, you know, some of these have just finished as well. So, but it was fantastic. I mean, they kept the ball. It's second nature to them, isn't it? But great to play in, and I've got to say that. Fantastic.
Thanks, Dennis.
Right, lads.
Thank you.
I said before the game to you, can count on one hand how many bad games Dennis Irwin has had, and you still have 4 fingers left over, and you've still got 4 fingers. Another great game from Dennis Irwin.
Yeah, steady away. He's always been consistent throughout his career, and as you say, he says maybe a bit old now, but he still enjoys coming to Old Trafford and playing on this great pitch and in this great stadium.
Yeah, we can cross back now to Ian again, who's got United's goal scorer with him.
So, Ruud, what was your first return to the Old Trafford pitch like?
Yeah, it was lovely. I really looked forward to it, to come back and play a game, here again, and in front of the fans. It was fantastic day, playing half each side. It was fantastic, to line up with all these fantastic footballers on both sides, and I think everybody just made it a fantastic happening. Fans, everybody, I think, enjoyed it. It's just a fantastic day for a good cause. Yeah.
And the crowd reaction to you as well, were you surprised or happy to get that?
Oh, yeah, I'm very grateful. For me, it meant a lot, to come back. It means a lot to be back here, to step on this pitch again. And, I was lucky enough to score in front of the Stratford end again. And, I left all of a sudden after 5 years, and that was a bit awkward. And now to come back and sort of really play a game here, and it was just from my side, to thank the fans for all their support over the years when I was here, and the reactions were just a fantastic bonus.
The game today, were you disappointed that you didn't get the win in the end? Your goal looked like you might have given United a chance at that point.
Yeah, I think we went for it. After the 1-1, we were pushing and the crowd was behind it. Yorkie's ball on the crossbar. Looked like we were going to nick it, but then on the other side it was a fantastic chip. He really dinked it in. It was a fantastic finish. So I was just, I think everybody won today.
And what was it like playing again with Andy Cole and Dwight York up front there?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's like nothing has changed. Linking up and combining together. And Scholesy obviously there, who really drove the team on, and as the fittest of all. Yeah. So that was fantastic as well.
Thanks, Ruud.
Yeah, and he was fantastic as well. He really enjoyed it out there, didn't he?
Yeah, second half when he came onto our side, I thought he was excellent. And he scored a really, really good goal, I must admit, yeah. As you say, you talked about the Yorkie's header. If that had gone in, might have been a different result. But overall, I thought they were the better team.
OK, it's fair to say that. It finished 2-1 tonight, this afternoon. Let's remind ourselves of the goals. Obviously, Real took the lead.
It's a great little build-up as well. It goes to him, one touch, left foot, and Edwin has no chance, really. He does really, really well. As I say, good build-up, great first touch out of his feet, smashes it into the corner. Edward can't get himself a position.
It was a really wonderful strike, and before that, he'd kept United in it.
Yeah, he's done really well. This is a better view of it. He doesn't waste any time. Dennis can't quite get across to him, and it's a really good finish.
Yeah, that was 1-0, and that was how it stood till half-time. Then in the second half, the equaliser came, and what a wonderful go it was. We've just spoken to the goal scorer.
Yes, it was a good. I think Andy Cole does really well here. They roll it into him, and he keeps on going, and he smashes it right on the roof of the net. I think Andy does really well. I didn't show you there, but he does really well. When it was a live little ball, people thought he was offside, but I don't think he was. And it's a really good strike. Goalkeeper's down a bit early, and right in the roof of the net. At 1-1, I thought we'd go on to win this. No, we were going to show Dwight's header, but keeper has no chance. Pacing the power right into the roof of the net.
Still got it, isn't he? He only finished at Malaga, I think, about 8 months ago.
Yeah, it looks like that as well. You could tell, apart from the players who've been finished, maybe 2 or 3 years, you could tell the difference. He was still quite sharp, especially in and around the box.
And the crowd absolutely loved him, didn't they? And,
yeah.
He could have got the winner. Sadly, the winner went to Real Madrid. It looked like United might nick it, but
we were pushing forward there. You look how many players they've got forward. It's still a good finish. He's still got to do well to beat Raymond from there, but we'd be pushing up for trying to get the winner, and he comes up with that right late on. I thought we might just get it off the line, but it was a bit too much. It's a good little ball there, and it's a good little finish. Great little finish.
Lovely little dink over, sort of Teddy Sheringham finish.
Yeah. In the first leg, yes. Very good goal. Raymond's got no chance with that, and as I said, overall, over the 90 minutes, you would say that they were the better team.
I thought the United defence, apart from the 2 goals they let in, which they could really do nothing about, they looked quite good as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know what, Yapstam, I've met the fella a few times, but never when he's got his kit on, shall we say.
Yeah.
He is just a man-mountain, isn't he?
And so's Ronnie Johnson. I mean, they're formidable in their time, and Yap today was excellent, I thought. Defensively, I thought they all did well. He said they had a couple of chances, especially early on when Edwin had to make a couple of saves, but overall, I thought the back four did okay. And I said that I thought Sharpie did all well till he did his hamstring.
Yeah.
And then I thought Dwight did all well. Andy Cole did really well, especially second half. Second half I thought we went for it as a team, and just as we ran out of legs late on when they scored the one we just seen there.
And just a final word as well about seeing Zidane. Awesome to see him at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think especially first half, he just glides over the ground. He's really, really good. Great first touch, and a wonderful, wonderful player.
Okay, sadly not the right result. We're all after.
No, but everybody seemed to enjoy the day, and I think that's the most important thing, especially with the foundation.
It was indeed. Just under £1 million raised. Thank you so much for watching us here on MUTV. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you really soon. Bye for now.
Need you 100%. I wanna be the one you tell all your friends about. Baby, I'll be the one you just can't do without. You gotta give me everything, baby, ain't no doubt. Give me 100. Need you 100.